the RMS Titanic. Even the name echoes with a sense of grandeur and ambition. In 1912, this ship wasn't just a mode of transportation. It was a floating palace, a symbol of human ingenuity, and a testament to our desire to conquer the seas. The Titanic was the largest ship of its time, a marvel of engineering and luxury. It promised a luxurious journey across the Atlantic, connecting the old world to the new. Little did anyone know this journey would end in tragedy, forever etching the Titanic's name in history. The Titanic was designed to be the epitome of luxury and opulence. It boasted grand staircases, elegant dining rooms, and even a swimming pool. People from all walks of life boarded the ship, from wealthy businessmen to immigrants seeking a new life. The Titanic represented the pinnacle of human achievement and the boundless possibilities of the future. However, beneath the surface of this technological marvel, there were hidden flaws that would ultimately lead to its demise. The Titanic was a marvel of engineering for its time. It was 882 feet long and weighed over 46,000 tons. To put that in perspective, that's about the length of 3 football fields. The ship was divided into 16 compartments, some of which were designed to be watertight. These compartments were separated by massive steel bulkheads that ran the width of the ship. The idea was that even if 1 or 2 compartments flooded, the ship would stay afloat. The Titanic's engines were also a testament to human ingenuity. They were powered by coal and produced enough energy to propel the ship to a speed of 23 knots, which is about 26 miles per hour. Imagine the sheer power needed to move something that massive through the water. The ship had 4 massive funnels to vent the smoke and steam from these engines. 3 of these funnels were functional, while the 4th was added for aesthetic purposes to make the ship appear even more impressive. Despite its impressive size and advanced technology, the Titanic had several critical design flaws. One of the most significant flaws was the height of the watertight compartments. These compartments were not tall enough to prevent water from spilling over from one to another if the ship tilted significantly. Remember those bulkheads we talked about earlier? If the water level rose above the top of a bulkhead, it could spill over into the next compartment, like water overflowing from a bathtub. Another flaw was in the quality of the steel used to construct the ship's hull. The steel used was brittle at low temperatures, making it more susceptible to fracturing upon impact with the iceberg. In the frigid waters of the North Atlantic, this flaw would prove fatal. The rivets holding the hull plates together were also of inferior quality, weakening the ship's structure further. These seemingly small details would have a significant impact on the Titanic's ability to withstand the impact of the iceberg. On the night of April 14, 1912, the Titanic sailed into history. The sea was calm, the sky was clear, but the air was bitterly cold. The crew had received warnings about icebergs in the area, but the ship maintained its speed, a testament to the overconfidence in its unsinkable design. At 11:40 p.m., disaster struck. The lookout spotted a massive iceberg directly in the ship's path. The alarm was raised and the engines were reversed, but it was too late. The Titanic, with its massive size and momentum, could not turn in time. The ship grazed the iceberg along its starboard side, tearing a series of gashes in the hull below the waterline. The impact itself was not dramatic, and many passengers on board barely felt it. However, the damage was fatal. Section 5, Chaos and Courage. The Titanic's final hours. As the Titanic began to take on water, the crew quickly realized the severity of the situation. The watertight compartments designed to keep the ship afloat were quickly filling. The weight of the water pouring in began to pull the bow of the ship lower in the water. Panic started to set in as the reality of the situation dawned on the passengers. Amidst the chaos, acts of incredible courage and selflessness unfolded. The crew worked tirelessly to send distress signals and help passengers into the limited number of lifeboats. However, there was a critical shortage of lifeboats, enough for only about half of the people on board. The women and children first protocol was followed, leading to heartbreaking scenes of families being separated, many never to see each other again. Section 6, Lifeboats and Loss. The aftermath of the tragedy. As the Titanic sank lower into the icy waters, the lifeboats, filled to capacity, drifted away from the sinking ship. The sight of the once majestic ocean liner disappearing beneath the waves was a horrific and unforgettable sight for those in the lifeboats. The screams of those left on board echoed across the water, a chilling reminder of the human cost of the disaster. The Carpathia, a nearby ship that had received the Titanic's distress signals, arrived on the scene hours later. They found only the floating wreckage and the lifeboats filled with survivors. The world was in shock. The unsinkable Titanic had sunk, taking with it over 1,500 souls. The tragedy became a global news event, sparking outrage over the lack of lifeboats and the lax safety regulations of the time. Section 7. Remembering the Titanic, Lessons Learned. The sinking of the Titanic was a tragedy of immense proportions. It exposed the limitations of technology and the importance of humility in the face of nature. But from this tragedy came crucial lessons that would forever change maritime safety regulations. The disaster highlighted the critical need for sufficient lifeboats on passenger ships. The Titanic carried enough lifeboats for only about half of its passengers and crew, a fatal miscalculation. The tragedy spurred the creation of the International Convention for the Safety of Life at Sea, or SOLAS. This international treaty established regulations for lifeboat capacity, radio communication, and crew training, among other safety measures. Section 8. Safer Seas, Advancements in Maritime Safety. The sinking of the Titanic led to a complete overhaul of maritime safety regulations. No longer would shipbuilders rely solely on the perceived strength of a ship's design. SOLAS regulations ensured that every ship carried enough lifeboats for everyone on board, a direct response to the Titanic's tragic shortage. Ship designs were also improved. Double-hulled ships became the norm, providing an extra layer of protection against hull breaches. Watertight compartments were redesigned to extend higher above the waterline, preventing the cascading flooding that doomed the Titanic. The Titanic's legacy lived on in these tangible changes, making the seas safer for everyone. Section 9. Technology to the rescue, modern navigation and communication. The Titanic disaster occurred in an era before radar and sophisticated communication systems. Today, ships rely on advanced technology to navigate safely and communicate effectively. Radar allows ships to detect obstacles in their path, even in darkness or fog, preventing collisions. Sophisticated sonar systems map the ocean floor, identifying potential hazards like underwater mountains or shipwrecks. Satellite communication systems provide instant global communication, ensuring that distress calls are received immediately. Ships can contact each other and coastal authorities, coordinating rescues and relaying vital information. These technological advancements have made the seas significantly safer than they were in the Titanic's time. Section 10. The Titanic's Legacy, a Lasting Impact. The story of the Titanic continues to captivate our imagination. It serves as a reminder of the power of nature and the importance of human responsibility. The tragedy sparked advancements in technology, regulations, and our understanding of the sea. The wreck of the Titanic, discovered in 1985, rests on the ocean floor, a haunting memorial to the lives lost. It serves as a reminder of our capacity for both innovation and error. The Titanic story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, the importance of learning from our mistakes, and the enduring legacy of a maritime disaster that changed the world. Section 11. Conclusion. Never forget. The Titanic, once a symbol of human ambition, now rests on the ocean floor, a solemn reminder of the importance of humility and preparedness. The tragedy spurred a revolution in maritime safety, leading to advancements in ship design, technology, and international regulations. While we can never erase the tragedy of the Titanic, we can honor the memory of those lost by continuing to prioritize safety, innovation, and a deep respect for the power of the sea.